Hello everyone, this is Kiran Kumar, an educator in chemistry, New Vision Institutions, Khammam. Today we are going to discuss about general rules for naming organic compounds. In that, the first example taken is CH3 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH3. Here in this longest chain, how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons there. The longest chain continues what? 6 carbons total here. So the IUPAC name is hexane here. The IUPAC name is hexane. Hex indicates 6 carbons. An indicates what here? The presence of single bonds between 6 carbon atoms. So it is hexane, IUPAC name. But while writing common name or trivial name, we have to use N-hexane, normal hexane, where N indicates what? Normal. Normal meaning what here? All the 6 carbon atoms are in continuous chain. Okay, there is no branch. As there is no branching, we have to use what? Normal hexane. And common name is normal hexane, and IUPAC name is what? Hexane simply. In IUPAC naming, normal we should not use. That point we have to keep in mind. And the other example is CH3, CH3 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH3. In this case, one branch is there, one methyl branch is there. It is one terminal carbon, it is one terminal carbon. So the last but one carbon, that is second last. It is last one, it is second last. If the second last carbon atom has one methyl branch, we have to use the prefix iso. Iso is the prefix used. Iso is the prefix used if the second last carbon atom bears CH3 branch. If one methyl branch is present on last but one carbon, we should use what? Iso. Still hexane only we say here. In common name, still hexane only. Here N-hexane, here also isohexane. Hexane is common in both cases. Why? Total number of carbon atoms we take while writing common name. So here hex indicates how many carbons? 6 carbon atoms. So 6 carbon atoms are present in this structure totally, including CH3 branch. Therefore, we have to use what? Hexane. The prefix iso is used what now here to say that one methyl branch is present on last but one carbon atom. And here normal, in this case iso. This iso and normal both are distinguishing these two structures. If you observe, the formula of this structure is C6, number of carbons how many? C6, and hydrogens how many? H14. So C6H14 is the molecular formula of this structure. If you observe this structure, here also C6H14, again the formula is same, molecular formula is same, but what is the difference here? What is different? The number of carbon atoms same, number of hydrogens same, but what is different is that the formation of chain is different. The chain formation is differing from one to other structure here. So as one methyl branch is there, we have to use what? Iso. As there is no branching, we have to use here normal. But both cases hexane is used, saying that 6 carbons and 14 hydrogens. Next thing is that here in this case, while giving IUPAC name, what we have to check is that first, how many carbons are in continuous chain we have to select. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons in continuous chain, and second carbon bears methyl group. If you start here, number one also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons only longest chain. Again, second carbon contains methyl. If you take longest chain, this one, or from here like this, both cases it is similar. Okay, so here while giving numbering now, first we have to select the longest chain, that is parent chain. 5 carbon chain is selected as parent chain or main chain. After that, numbering should be allotted to carbon atoms of the parent chain. So here rounded, the parent chain is rounded. Okay, now here number 1, here number 2, number 3, 4th carbon, 5th carbon, totally 5 carbons in the longest parent chain. Now on the second carbon there is one methyl branch, so we have to say 2 methyl pentane, 2 methyl pentane. In the longest parent chain, the longest chain, main chain, how many carbon atoms are there? 5 carbon atoms are there, so we have to use pent. And between all the 5 carbons in the parent chain there is single bond, that's why we have to use ane. So pentane, 2 methyl pentane. Here the 2 indicates what? the locant or locant position, the locant position of methyl branch. The methyl branch is present on which carbon? On second carbon. So we have to say 2-methyl, where 2 indicates what here? The location or locant position of what? Methyl group. And pent indicates what? The word root indicates what here? Presence of 5 carbons in the parent chain. And AN indicates what here? The single bond between all the carbon atoms. Okay. So it's about what now here? IUPAC name and common name. So here you see, in common name, hex we got here. Here in the IUPAC name, we got pent. The word root is pent. The word root has been changed when one branch of methyl is present. Okay. Next thing is that here in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons continuously present. Okay, it is longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. Now 2 methyl branches are present on this carbon, suppose. Okay, it is longest continuous chain. Now we have selected the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, which is called the parent chain or main chain. After selecting parent chain with 4 carbon atoms, we have to see whether any branches are present or not. Here, how many branches are available? 1 methyl branch, 1 methyl branch. 2 methyl branches are available here. 2 substituents. These 2 substituents are of same type. Methyl and methyl, both are methyl. So 2 times methyl is there here. That point keep in mind. And while giving numbering to parent chain, what we have to see? We have to see that the substituents, the side chains, the branches are getting what? Lowest possible number. While giving numbering to the carbon atoms of parent chain, we have to see that the substituents, that is the side chains, get what? Lowest possible number. Here also we did the same thing. See, here if you give numbering from left to right in the parent chain, first carbon, second carbon is bearing methyl branch. If you take numbering, suppose from right side, first carbon, second, third and fourth carbon, if you take, fourth carbon is bearing methyl branch. Now what is to be preferred here? Numbering from left to right is preferred so that the methyl branch gets lowest possible number, that is 2. That's why we have taken 2-methyl pentane, but not 4-methyl pentane. That point we have to keep in mind. Here also, while after selecting the parent chain, while giving numbering, what we have to do? Number 1 should be started from this carbon, first carbon and second carbon, third carbon and fourth carbon. So 4 carbons are there here. Now on which carbon 2 branches are there? On second carbon. Now in normal thing, if you take, it is 1 terminal carbon, it is 1 terminal carbon. Okay, so it is last carbon, it is also last carbon. Terminal carbon, nothing but last carbon. So the last but one, that is second last or last but one carbon bears how many methyl branches? 2 methyl branches. If 2 methyl branches are present on the second last carbon atom in the chain, we use in common name system what? Neohexane. Neohexane we say. The word neo is used here as there are 2 methyl branches on the last but one carbon atom. So this point we have to keep in mind. After that, selecting the lowest position for the 2 methyl branches, we have to give name, IUPAC name here. Now 2,2 dimethyl. Totally 2 times the same group methyl is repeated, no? So we have to use the word di. Di is what here? Numerical prefix. Numerical prefix di indicates that the methyl groups are repeated 2 times. Now here 2,2 we have to write. Why 2,2 here? For this methyl branch 2 position must be mentioned. For this methyl branch also the position of it should be mentioned. So for this position is 2. For this also position is 2. So we have to write 2,2 dimethyl butane as IUPAC name. So in this IUPAC name we got the root word what? But. Here we got pent. Here we got hex. So root word is changing in IUPAC system. But the molecular formula again here also same. C6H14. The molecular formula remains same in both 3 structures. In all these structures the molecular formula is same. But what is changing? The structure of chain formation is changing. That's why this type of isomers are called chain isomers. Chain isomers. They differ in chain formation, but they have same molecular formula. So about this isomerism we discuss in other class. For time being, remember that these 3 structures. What are these 3? N-hexane, isohexane, neohexane. These three are examples for chain isomers. What is chain isomerism? The phenomena in which two or more structures have the same molecular formula but different chain formations are called what? Chain isomers, and the phenomena is called what? Chain isomerism. So this concept we have to keep in mind. So in this case, what we have to understand is that all the three structures have same formula, that is C6H14, whereas the chain formation is changing. And here the two branches are there. Here one branch is there. In this, no branches there. As there are no branches, we have said N-hexane. As there is one branch on last but one carbon, remember. If the branch is present on this carbon, suppose, if this branch is present on this carbon, we cannot say iso now, because this carbon is not last but one. Okay, so the last but one should bear what? Methyl branch. Then only we can say iso. So it is isohexane, it is neohexane. So like this, we have to understand the differences between what? Iso compounds, neo compounds, and normal compounds. Like this, we can take butane. If you take butane, we can get only N-butane, normal butane, and isobutane, only two structures, two chain formations. And if you take pentane, pentane onwards, we have three. Pentane onwards, we have three types of isomers. What are they? N-pentane, isopentane, neopentane possible. N-hexane, isohexane, neohexane possible. N-heptane, isoheptane, neoheptane possible. So neo, wherever you see the prefix neo, what we have to understand, the last but one carbon, second last carbon should bear two methyl branches. If you see the iso, the word iso before the name of their hexane, heptane, like this, we have to understand that last but one carbon has one methyl branch. And if you see N-hexane, suppose, we have to understand that all 6 carbons of hexane should be written in the straight chain without any branches. So that point we have to keep in mind. Okay, so the same thing we'll discuss with the help of a PPT. Now the general rules for naming organic compounds. So in this here, I have taken example of what? N-butane, N-pentane. So in case of N-butane, what we have to understand here? N-butane. So N-butane has what now here? All 4 carbons in the straight chain. All the 4 carbons in straight chain. It is what now? N-butane. And here it is what now? N-pentane. Why N we have used here in both cases? N is representing what? N is representing both cases. There is no branch. As there is no branch, we have to say what? N-pentane, N-butane in these two cases here. Okay. So next thing what we have to understand is that iso, if you take iso, the term iso, if you take, what we have to understand, one methyl branch will be present on that. So here N-butane, N-pentane, clear. After that, next example, you see isobutane is there. Isobutane. Isobutane meaning what here? Iso indicates the presence of one methyl branch on last but one carbon, second last carbon. You see in this, here it is ending. This is structure ending. So here it is over. Now CH3 bond, CH3 bond CH3. It is a given structure. In this now, it is one terminal carbon. It is also one terminal carbon. Last carbon, this is also last carbon. And now it becomes what now here? Last but one, second last. The second last bears what? One methyl branch. So it is called isobutane. Why butane? We have said 4 carbons, C4 and H10 there here. C4H10 indicates what? Butane, the formula for butane. And in the second case, isopentane. If you see iso, what we have to understand? The last but one carbon must bear one methyl branch, and pent indicates totally 5 carbons must be in the structure, and an indicates all single bonds between the carbon atoms. So in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons in the straight chain, continuous chain, parent chain, and the last one this one, and last but one this one. The last but one has one methyl branch on it. So it is called what? Isopentane. Here in this pentane, how many carbons totally? 5 carbons. The formula is what? C5H12. C5H12 it is. After that, isohexane again. Isohexane indicates what? The last carbon and last but one carbon. The second last carbon has one methyl branch. So it is again called isohexane. But IUPAC names will be different for these three. IUPAC names are different from common names. Next, the prefix neo is used for those alkanes which have two methyl groups attached to the second last carbon atom of the carbon chain or continuous carbon chain. If you take this structure, in this totally how many carbons, we check it, 5 carbons totally including the central carbon and 12 hydrogens they totally have. C5H12 is the formula for pentane. And why we said neopentane in common name system here? The last carbon, this one, it is second last carbon. So second last carbon has how many methyl branches on it? 2 methyl branches. That's why it is called neopentane. And it is neohexane. Why it is neohexane? The last but one carbon, that is second last carbon, has 2 methyl branches on it and totally 6 carbons and hydrogens 14. C6H14 is what? Hexane. So hexane, and in common name system what we have given? Neohexane. And these neo, iso, secondary, all these are not used in IUPAC system. Actually secondary meaning what here? Secondary is used generally for alkyl groups. If the free bond is present on secondary carbon atom, that is called secondary alkyl group. In butyl group, suppose if the free bond is present on secondary carbon, 2-degree carbon, that butyl group is called secondary butyl group. Okay, so in this way we have to understand. Already we have discussed about the groups, hydrocarbon groups. We have discussed in previous sessions. Okay. Now next thing is that IUPAC nomenclature of complex compounds. Okay. So now in this case, first we have to understand the rules for this. Naming of complex compounds, complex hydrocarbons. So in this case, longest chain rule we have to follow first. As we have already discussed on the board, here in this given structure, we have to select first what? The longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, which is called parent chain, otherwise main chain. So what is that chain called here? Parent chain or main chain we say. So the main chain or parent chain should be selected. After that, we have to check how many substituents are present in that. See in the given structure here, see how many carbons in the continuous chain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbons are total here. 7 carbons are there, and here on this carbon 2 methyl branches are present as substituents, and here 1 methyl branch is present as substituent. So totally how many substituents are there? 3 substituents of same type here. All 3 substituents are methyl branches only. Okay, here we cannot say iso, neo, all these things. Why? Here last but one has methyl, okay, but here methyl group is there other places also. So we cannot take this one as iso here, remember. So it's about what now here? First selection of longest continuous chain as what? Parent chain or main chain. That is the first rule to be followed. That is longest chain rule. And next one, the another example for this longest chain rule is that if you take this way, in this given structure, the longest chain, if you check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are totally here. If you take like this straight chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons only coming. But if you take like this zigzag, if you take, it is coming in zigzag path, we are getting 6 carbons. So the 6 carbon chain is okay to be considered here instead of 5 carbon chain. That's why we have selected this chain as what? Parent chain. After that, methyl branches, how many are there? You check it. 1 methyl branch is on second carbon, another methyl branch also on second carbon, and on fourth carbon also 2 methyl branches are present. Okay, so longest chain consists of how many carbons here? 6 carbons. The 6 carbon chain should be taken as what? Longest chain, that is called parent chain. Here this straight chain need not to take always. Okay, it may be zigzag also to see that the more number of carbon atoms are present in given structure. That point we have to keep in mind. After that, in another example, if you check, see the parent chain, if you select first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, sixth carbon, and seventh carbon. Okay, it is also zigzag line. Need not to be always straight chain. Don't feel that this is continuous chain and it is parent chain. Here, how many carbons? Are totally 5 carbons only we are getting in this chain. That's why we should not take always straight chain. We can take zigzag path also to select what? Parent chain. If you select like this now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we are getting. Okay, 7 carbons we are getting. So that's why it is called what now? The longest chain consists of 7 carbon atoms. So the longest possible chain should be selected in the given organic structure. And longest chain rule, if you take one more example for that. So between the following two structures, the first one is chosen as the parent chain because it has 3 substituents. That means that this statement indicates that after selecting the longest chain, we have got longest chain with the same number of carbons in 2 cases. After selecting parent chain, we have to see the parent chain selected must contain more number of branches. More the number of branches, okay, the selection is more possible. Okay, now if you check this example, in this case, if you take first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, how many carbons we are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons we are getting. In this 5 carbons, on this carbon 2 methyl branches on either side. On this carbon left side, ethyl branch is there. This total is ethyl branch, ethyl. So ethyl branch is there here on this carbon. On this carbon, 2 methyl branches are there. So totally how many substituents? 2 methyl substituents and 1 ethyl substituent. If you take the longest chain with the 5 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons here. And if you take in this the same structure, the same above structure is written again here. In this case, now if you take numbering like this, left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also we are getting 5 only carbon atoms. Both cases number of carbons is 5 in parent chain selected. But the difference is that in this case, in the second case, the third carbon is getting only 1 branch. This total is 1 branch here. This total is what? 1 branch. This total only 1 branch is present here. 1 substituent is present here. But in this type, totally 3 substituents are present. 2 methyl and 1 ethyl substituent is there. But here this is called tertiary butyl. This is called tertiary butyl. Only 1 alkyl group is substituted here. In this case, 3 alkyl groups, 2 methyl groups and 1 ethyl group. So more the alkyl group substituted, the selection is more important to be taken. That is important to be understood here. So in this way, 1 substituent is there. In this way, 3 substituents are there. So more the substituents, that the chain should be selected as what? Parent chain. So once again, see this point. Between the following 2 structures, the first one is chosen as parent chain because the first structure has what? 3 substituents. But second has only 1 substituent. That point mainly we have to understand. And position of the substituents. Position of the substituents. You check it here. So position of the substituent, if you take concept here, first you take this example. How many carbon atoms in the parent chain selected? 5 carbons are there. Now if you give numbering from right side to left side, the second carbon is getting 1 halogen on it. 1 halogen substituent is there. May it be chlorine or bromine, any halogen. So 1 halogen is present as what? Substituent on this carbon. So on second position, the substituent is there. And locant of the substituent is what? 2 here in this case. But if you take this one, the same chain, the same 5 carbon chain is taken this side here. And numbering is given from which side now? From left to right, we have taken numbering. Then the position of X is coming to be 4 now. The locant is what? 4. Here locant is 2 for same halogen. Okay. Now in this case, what is to be preferred? The first one is to be preferred. And structure A is to be preferred than what? Preferred over what? The structure B. Why? Here the substituent is getting lowest possible number. So this point we have to keep in mind. Okay. So number of carbon atoms in the parent chain as what? 1, 2, 3 numbering should be given starting from the end, which gives lower number to the carbon atoms carrying substituents. So here the carbon atom carrying substituent is given lower number here. Here carbon atom carrying substituent is what? 4th position. So it is to be taken as correct one. And the number that indicates the position of the substituent or side chain is called what? Locant or locant position. The locant position is what? the position of the substituent in the parent chain. Okay, so in this case now here, if you take longest chain, how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. If you take if you start 1 here also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyhow, second carbon only getting what? Methyl branch. If you take like this, second carbon getting methyl branch. If you take from here also, second carbon gets methyl branch. Anyway, same thing we are getting here. So both are same here. And what we have to understand is that in first case, in first example, what is this here? Methyl branch is located on second carbon. So we have to say 2 methyl. The longest chain contains how many carbons? 5 carbons. So pentane. 2 methyl pentane. Where AN suffix indicates what? All single bonds between carbon atoms. That point we have to keep in mind. Next thing is that here in this structure given, how many carbons in the longest chain we have to select first here? First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. 5 only we are getting if you take like this. But if you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we are getting 6 carbons in this way. So in the zigzag line we are getting 6 carbons. In the straight way we are getting 5 carbons. So longest chain rule to be followed first by selecting 6 carbon chain. After that, the third carbon bears 1 ethyl branch. Okay, it is CH2. It is. This should be CH2. Okay, so it is CH2 bond CH3. CH2 bond CH3. So it is what? Ethyl branch. Now ethyl branch is located on what? Third position. So we have to say 3-ethyl hexane. 3-ethyl hexane is the IUPAC name of this structure. Okay, so it is what now here? 3-ethyl hexane. It is 2-methyl pentane. In this way, the lowest possible position we have to give. Now suppose start numbering here. The same longest chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons again we are getting. If you start here 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth carbon is getting ethyl branch. If you take numbering from this side, fourth carbon gets ethyl branch. If you take numbering from left side 1, 2, 3, third carbon is getting ethyl branch. So 3-ethyl is coming. If you take from here, 4-ethyl is coming. So which is to be preferred? 3-ethyl is to be preferred because 3 is lower than 4. The lowest locant should be allotted for the substituent present here. That's why here 3-ethyl hexane but not 4-ethyl hexane. And the important topic of this area is that lowest set of locants. What is the concept? Lowest set of locants. But don't take lowest sum of locants. In some books it is given lowest sum of locants. But what we have to use that? Lowest set of locants is always to be observed. So in the given structure, if you take longest chain, first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6 carbons. Longest chain is what now? 6 carbon chain. On second carbon, methyl is there. On third carbon, methyl is there. On fifth carbon, methyl is there. Now if you take numbering from left, right side to left side, they're getting locants what? 2. This 2 is one locant, 3 is one locant, 5 is one locant. So locants what now? 2, 3, 5 are locants. Now in this case now if you give numbering from left side now here right to left numbering taken, here left to right numbering we are taking. In this way, here 2 is one locant for methyl and 4 is one locant for methyl, 5 also is locant for methyl. So totally how many locants are there? 3 locants. What are they? 2, 4, 5. So 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 is what? The locants positions. Here locants what? For methyl branches 2, 3, 5. Here 3 methyl branches. Here also 3 methyl branches. But the locants are changing. Locant positions are changing. Now in this case, what we have to check is that if you take now first set of locants, here 2, here it is 2, here it is 2. The first set is 2 and 2. In both the cases, numbering from left to right and right to left cases, we are taking what? First set of locants. Here 2 and 2. Between 2 and 2, no difference is there. That's why it can be neglected. First set. Now take second set. Here it is what now? Second term is 3 here. Here second term is 4. Second term is 4 here. Now between 3 and 4, what is lower number? 3 is lower number. So now in the second set, we are getting 3 and 4. 3 and 4 form second set. In the second set, 3 is lower than 4, right? That's why this is to be taken as correct thing. This numbering is to be taken as what? Correct thing. That is numbering to be given from right side to left side only, but not left side to right side. Are you getting concept? So again, need not to check what now. Third set. Third set is what? 5 and 5. Third set need not to check. When there is clarity in second set of locants, need not to check what? Third set. Here, why we did not take into consideration first set of locants? Because same terms are there. 2 and 2. Same terms in both cases. So second set only we have to check it here. So this is called lowest set of locants. And in some books, what they take, I told, they take lowest sum of locants. Lowest sum of locants if you take, SUM, sum. In that case, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. The sum of all the locants is what? 10 here. If you take here, 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 5, 11. So 11 we are getting here. So in this case, lowest sum is 10 here. Lowest sum is 10. Here, lowest, the sum of the locants is 11. So which is lowest sum here? That's why it is only correct. So whether you take lowest sum of the locants rule or lowest set of locants rule, any rule is applicable in this case. But whenever both are there, what is to be given priority? Lowest set of locants is to be given priority over lowest sum of locants. That point we have to keep in mind. And this example, if you take, you'll understand the concept. Now, in this longest chain, how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 carbons there totally. On 8th carbon, 1 methyl branch, 7th carbon, 1 methyl branch, 2nd carbon, 1 methyl branch. So what are the locants? You check it now. So 2nd carbon, 2 is 1 locant, 7 is 1 locant, 8 is 1 locant. Okay, so now locants what? Now 2 comma 7 comma 8, the set of locants in this case. First term is 2, second term is 7, third term is 8. Now the same structure is taken here and numbering is given from left to right now. In this example, you check it, the locants they are getting 3, 4 and 9. We are getting this one locants. Now what are the locants here? 3 comma 4 comma 9. Okay, now if you take lowest sum, SUM sum of locants, if you check now, see here, 2 plus 7, how much? 9. 9 plus 8, 17. We are getting how much here? 17 we are getting. If you take here 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 9, 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 9, 16 we are getting. Here 16 we are getting, here we are getting 17. Which is lower value? 16 is lower value. Lowest sum is here, but it is wrong. Why? We have to consider lowest sum of locants or so lowest set of locants. We have to consider lowest set of locants only. We should not take lowest sum of locants. Now, how to consider set of locants? Check it here. The first set is what here? Here 2 and 3. 2 and 3. So here first term is 2, here first term is 3. Now these two first terms together will form first set of locants. So 2 and 3, between these two, which is lower value? 2 is lower value. That's why it is correct one. Now when there is difference in terms of first set 2 and 3, we need not to check second set and third set. Now here second set is what? 7 and 4. Third set is what? 8 and 9. We need not to check second set of locants and third set of locants when there is clarity for first set of locants. The first set of locants 2 and 3, the 2 is lower than 3, that's why this is correct one to be taken. Which numbering is taken here? Right side to left side numbering only is to be considered as correct one while giving what? IUPAC name. So this point we have to understand. This concept is to be understood. And what is IUPAC name of this now here? Totally 10 carbons in the parent chain, right? 10 carbons indicates what? Root word is dec. The root word or word root is dec. All single bonds between the carbon atoms. So it is decane. Decane. In this decane, the methyl substituents are present at 2 comma 7 comma 8. Trimethyl. Totally how many methyl groups are there? 3. That's what trimethyl we have to say. So 2 comma 7 comma 8. Trimethyl decane is the IUPAC name of this structure that we are going to study. And presence of more than one same substituent. Okay, now in this given structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons there totally. In this second carbon has 2 methyl branches on it. Fourth carbon has 3 methyl branches, one methyl branch. One methyl branch on fourth carbon, 2 methyl branches on second carbon. Totally how many methyl branches? Totally 3. So trimethyl compound it is. Trimethyl compound. And longest chain has how many carbons? 5 carbons here. So it is pentane. And the locants of methyl, what here? 2, 2, 4. 2, 2, 4, trimethyl pentane. Whenever the same methyl group is repeated 3 times, we have to say tri. If methyl is repeated 2 times, di. If methyl group is repeated 4 times, tetra. So these all di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, all these are called numerical prefixes. Numerical prefixes we say. And naming different substituents. Here in this case now here, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and fifth carbon. So 5 carbons chain is, longest chain is 5 carbon chain, okay. On second carbon what are there? Okay, on second carbon methyl and methyl, second carbon 1 methyl is there, third carbon 1 methyl is there. Check it. So second carbon 1 methyl is there here, and third carbon has 1 methyl here down. Okay, and up here on third carbon CH2 CH3. This CH2 CH3 is called what? Ethyl. CH2 CH3 is called ethyl group it is. So ethyl group is attached on third carbon. Ethyl group is attached to this third carbon. So the third carbon bears what? Ethyl, and third carbon also bears methyl, and second carbon bears only methyl. So 2, 3 dimethyl is available here, 3 ethyl is available. Okay, and longest chain is what? With 5 carbons. Parent chain is with 5 carbons. So it is pentane. The compound is, the parent name is what? Pentane. In this now, ethyl starts from E, methyl, the name starts from M. The name of this substance is M, methyl. The name of this substance, ethyl, E, first letter. So first alphabetically, which comes first here, E or M? E comes first. That's why ethyl name should be written first. We have to write first what? Ethyl name. Wherever it is present. The ethyl group is present on which carbon? Third carbon. So 3 ethyl hyphen 2, 3 dimethyl pentane. We have to say. Whenever 2 numbers are there, number and number are separated by comma. Number and name and number or number and name are separated by hyphen. These are punctuations must be used. And first letter of the IUPAC name should be capital. The first letter must be capital. Okay. And the total IUPAC name is always a single word. The total IUPAC name is a single word. It is not the group of different words here. We have to consider as a single name it is. Okay. And in this given structure, now second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons we have taken as parent chain. Longest chain we have taken. Now on second carbon, how many methyl there? 2 methyl there. On third carbon also 1 methyl is there. Okay. On third carbon also 1 methyl is there. So methyl groups are presented 2, 2 and 3. And on third carbon there is ethyl group also. CH2, CH3 is what? Ethyl group here. So we have to say now, first which name we have to write? Ethyl name we have to write first before methyl name. Because methyl starts from M, ethyl starts from E. So we have to write what now? 3 ethyl, 2, 2, 3 trimethyl hexane. Totally how many carbons in the parent chain? 6 carbons. Therefore we have to say hexane. Okay. So naming different substituents at equivalent positions. So here longest chain contains how many carbons? 6 carbons. Third carbon methyl, ethyl, fourth carbon methyl. From which side to which side? From right side to left side numbering if you give. The 3 position we are getting ethyl. 3 position we are getting ethyl. And fourth position we are getting methyl. Locants what now? 3, 4 we are getting. 3, 4. If you take numbering from left side to right side for the same structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we are getting. Okay. So in this case now here, we are having not same structure here. This one. This is different. It is hexane and it is also hexane here. So in this case, what we have to check is that So when ethyl and methyl both are there, when ethyl and methyl both are present on the same structure, in the same structure, so what is to be preferred now here? Ethyl E should be preferred over methyl M alphabetically when both get same numbering from left side to right side and vice versa. If you take numbering from right to left, 3 is for ethyl, 4 is for methyl. If you take numbering, suppose here 1, if you take here 1, 2, 3 methyl, 4 ethyl we are getting. Okay, so 4 ethyl or 3 ethyl, which is to be taken? 3 ethyl should be taken because alphabetically E comes first and E should be given what? More priority than methyl. So ethyl should be given lowest number, 3. That's the correct name is what? 3 ethyl, 4 methyl hexane. It is L, ethyl. Okay. Next, in this given structure, you check it. How many carbons? 1 to 6 carbons in the parent chain. And third position we have diethyl. 3, 3 diethyl is possible here. 4, 4 dimethyl possible. Now 3 is given for ethyl. If you take numbering, suppose here from this side 1, 2, 3 is coming for methyl, 4 is coming for ethyl again. So what is to be considered? Ethyl with E should be given lower number than methyl with M letter. So alphabetical order we have to follow. It is called alphabetical preference is to be followed here. So 3, 3 diethyl, 4, 4 dimethyl hexane is the name of this compound. So this point we have to understand. So it is about what now here? The naming of organic compounds, complex organic compounds. Okay. Thank you for watching.